Ever wonder why financial freedom seems so elusive? The audiobook, Reprogram Your Mind, How Society Gets You Addicted to Remain Poor, has the answers. Uncover the hidden traps keeping you financially stuck and learn how to break free. Discover strategies to overcome societal conditioning, build wealth, and create the life you desire. Don't let another day pass in financial mediocrity. Your future self will thank you. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1: The Hidden Trap. In a world where financial success seems to be the ultimate goal, have you ever wondered why so many people struggle to achieve it? Why, despite working hard and following societal norms, do countless individuals find themselves trapped in a cycle of financial dependency and unfulfilled dreams? The answer lies in a complex web of hidden mechanisms designed to keep you financially constrained, a trap so subtle and pervasive that most never realize its existence. This hidden trap is not a conspiracy theory or a malevolent plot. Rather, it's a system of societal conditioning that has evolved over time, shaping our beliefs, behaviors, and expectations about money, success, and our place in the economic hierarchy. It's a trap that begins to ensnare us from childhood, reinforced through education, media, and cultural norms, until it becomes an invisible cage that limits our financial potential. The concept of societal programming is not new. Throughout history, social structures have influenced individual behavior to maintain order and stability. However, in the realm of personal finance, this programming often serves to keep the majority of people in a state of financial dependence. By normalizing certain beliefs about money and success, society creates a workforce that is productive yet financially constrained, a perfect recipe for maintaining the status quo. Consider the education system, for instance. While it equips us with valuable skills, it often fails to provide comprehensive financial literacy. We learn complex mathematical formulas, but rarely how to manage personal finances effectively. We're taught to seek stable employment rather than explore entrepreneurship. This isn't by accident. It's a subtle way of channeling individuals into roles that support existing economic structures. The media plays an equally significant role in this hidden trap. Through advertising and entertainment, it shapes our perceptions of what constitutes success and happiness. We're bombarded with images of luxury goods and lifestyles, creating artificial needs and desires that keep us on the consumer treadmill. Meanwhile, true financial independence is rarely portrayed as an achievable or desirable goal. But why does this trap exist? The answer lies in the economic and power structures that benefit from widespread financial dependence. A population focused on consumption and immediate gratification is easier to predict and control than one composed of financially independent individuals. By keeping the majority of people focused on making ends meet, those at the top of the economic pyramid can maintain their position with less challenge. Recognizing these invisible forces is the first step towards breaking free. It requires a willingness to question deeply ingrained beliefs and automatic responses. For many, this can be an uncomfortable process. We've been conditioned to accept certain financial truths without question. Money is the root of all evil, we're told, or wealth is only for the lucky or corrupt. These limiting beliefs serve as mental barriers, preventing us from pursuing true financial empowerment. The impact of this hidden trap extends far beyond our bank accounts. Psychologically, it can lead to a state of learned helplessness, where individuals feel powerless to change their financial situation. This mindset can manifest as a fear of success or failure, paralyzing people from taking the necessary steps towards financial independence. Financially, it results in perpetual debt cycles and a lack of financial literacy, keeping individuals dependent on a system that doesn't serve their best interests. Breaking free from this trap requires more than just knowledge. It demands a complete reprogramming of our mental approach to money and success. This is where the journey of transformation begins, with awareness. By recognizing the existence of these hidden mechanisms, we take the first crucial step towards reclaiming our financial destiny. Awareness alone, however, is not enough. It must be followed by deep self-reflection. This involves examining our personal beliefs and attitudes towards money. What messages about wealth did we internalize growing up? How do these beliefs influence our financial decisions today? By shining a light on these often unconscious thought patterns, we can begin to challenge and change them. The final step in this initial phase of breaking free is setting clear intentions for change. This isn't about making vague resolutions to be better with money. It's about defining specific, personal goals that align with our true aspirations. It's about committing to a process of ongoing learning and growth, understanding that reprogramming our financial mindset is a journey, not a destination. These steps, awareness, self-reflection, and intention setting, form the foundation of financial empowerment. They are crucial because they address the root of the problem, our mindset. Without this fundamental shift in thinking, any attempts at improving our financial situation are likely to be short-lived or ineffective. As you progress through this book, you'll gain the tools to recognize the societal conditioning affecting your financial beliefs. You'll develop a deeper understanding of the hidden mechanisms that have kept you financially constrained. Most importantly, you'll begin to question and challenge the limiting beliefs about money and success that have held you back. Over time, as you continue to apply these principles, you'll find yourself developing a mindset geared towards true financial independence. Your financial awareness and empowerment will increase, allowing you to make decisions based on your own goals and values rather than societal expectations. You'll become adept at identifying and avoiding the societal traps that hinder wealth accumulation, paving the way for a future of financial freedom. The journey ahead will not always be easy. Challenging deeply ingrained beliefs and behaviors can be uncomfortable, even frightening at times. You may encounter resistance, not just from within yourself, but from those around you who are still caught in the trap. Remember, the system is designed to discourage this kind of independent thinking. But the rewards of breaking free are immeasurable. Imagine a life where your financial decisions are driven by your own aspirations rather than societal pressures. Picture the freedom of pursuing your passions without the constant worry of making ends meet. Envision the impact you could have on your community and the world when you're no longer constrained by financial limitations. This is the potential that lies within you, a potential that has always been there, waiting to be unleashed. By embarking on this journey of mental reprogramming, you're taking the first step towards claiming your financial birthright. You're choosing to step out of the shadows of societal conditioning and into the light of financial empowerment. As we conclude this chapter, it's important to remember that recognizing the hidden trap is just the beginning. In the chapters that follow, we'll delve deeper into specific aspects of this trap and provide practical strategies for overcoming them. We'll explore the scarcity myth that keeps so many trapped in a mindset of lack and uncover the truth about hard work and its relationship to wealth. You'll learn about the debt trap that ensnares millions and discover how to break free from its grip. We'll examine the consumer addiction that drains wealth and explore strategies for developing healthier financial habits. You'll discover the power of income diversification and learn how to value your time in ways that lead to true wealth. Each step of the way, you'll be building the knowledge and skills needed to reprogram your mind for financial success. You'll be dismantling the hidden traps one by one, replacing them with empowering beliefs and behaviors that support your journey to financial freedom. The path ahead is filled with possibilities. As you turn the page to the next chapter, remember that you've already taken the most important step, recognizing the existence of the hidden trap. Now, armed with this awareness, you're ready to delve deeper into the specific mechanisms that have held you back and learn how to overcome them. What lies beyond the hidden trap? A world of financial possibilities awaits, where your potential is limited only by your imagination and determination. Are you ready to step into that world? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and you've just taken it. The road to financial freedom stretches out before you, full of challenges and opportunities. What will you discover as you continue this journey of mental reprogramming and financial empowerment? Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2, Scarcity Myth. Have you ever felt like there's never enough to go around, that opportunities are limited, and success is reserved for a select few? If so, you're not alone. This pervasive belief is at the heart of what we call the scarcity myth, a powerful illusion that shapes our perception of the world and, more importantly, our place in it. But what if I told you that this belief, so deeply ingrained in our collective psyche, is nothing more than a carefully constructed narrative? A story we've been told and have internalized, shaping our actions and limiting our potential without us even realizing it. This chapter will take you on a journey to uncover the truth behind this myth and reveal how it's been used to keep us trapped in a cycle of limitation and dependency. The scarcity mindset is like a pair of tinted glasses we've been wearing since childhood. It colors everything we see, making the world appear more limited and competitive than it truly is. This mindset isn't something we're born with. It's learned, cultivated, and reinforced by the society we live in. Think back to your earliest memories of school. Remember the emphasis on grades, on being the best in class? This is where the seeds of scarcity thinking are often first planted. We're taught from a young age that there are only so many A's to go around, only one top spot in the class. This creates a belief that success is limited and that we must compete fiercely for our share. As we grow older, this mindset extends beyond the classroom. We see it in the workplace, where we're led to believe there are only so many promotions available. We see it in our personal lives, where we're bombarded with messages about limited time, limited resources, and limited opportunities. The media plays a significant role in perpetuating this narrative, constantly bombarding us with news of economic uncertainty, resource scarcity, and cutthroat competition. But here's the thing. This scarcity narrative isn't just a passive belief. It actively shapes our behavior and decisions in ways that can be profoundly limiting. When we believe resources are scarce, we become more self-centered, less willing to collaborate, and more prone to short-term thinking. We might hesitate to pursue our dreams, convinced that the odds are stacked against us. We might cling to unfulfilling jobs out of fear that better opportunities are too rare to risk seeking them out. The consequences of this belief system extend far beyond our individual lives. On a societal level, the scarcity myth fuels inequality, breeds mistrust, and stifles innovation. It keeps us locked in a paradigm of competition rather than collaboration, of hoarding rather than sharing. It's a mindset that serves those at the top of the economic pyramid while keeping the rest of us scrambling for what we perceive as limited scraps. But what if there was another way to view the world? What if, instead of scarcity, we embraced a mindset of abundance? An abundance mindset is rooted in the belief that there are enough resources and opportunities for everyone. It's about seeing possibilities where others see limitations, about recognizing that success and wealth are not finite resources to be divided, but expandable concepts that can grow to include more people. Shifting to an abundance mindset doesn't mean ignoring real-world constraints or challenges. Instead, it's about approaching those challenges with a different perspective. It's about asking, how can I, instead of stating, I can't. It's about seeing obstacles as opportunities for growth and innovation rather than insurmountable barriers. This shift in mindset can have profound effects on your life. When you believe in abundance, you're more likely to take calculated risks, to pursue your passions, and to collaborate with others. You're less likely to be paralyzed by fear of failure or to engage in self-sabotaging behaviors. An abundance mindset opens your eyes to opportunities you might have overlooked before, simply because you weren't conditioned to see them. But how do we make this shift? How do we shed the scarcity glasses we've been wearing for so long and embrace a new way of seeing the world? The first step is awareness. Now that you understand the concept of the scarcity myth, you'll start to notice how it manifests in your daily life. Pay attention to your thoughts and reactions. Do you find yourself thinking, "There's not enough," or "I can't afford that automatically"? These are signs of the scarcity mindset at work. Next, challenge these thoughts when they arise. Ask yourself, is this really true, or is it just a belief I've internalized? Often, you'll find that these limiting beliefs don't hold up under scrutiny. There may be more opportunities, more resources, more possibilities than you initially assumed. Language plays a crucial role in shaping our mindset. Start paying attention to the words you use, both in your internal dialogue and in your conversations with others. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," try asking, "How can I afford that?" This simple shift opens up your mind to possibilities rather than shutting them down. Practicing gratitude is another powerful tool for cultivating an abundance mindset. Take time each day to appreciate what you have, the opportunities you've been given, and the abundance that already exists in your life. This practice helps shift your focus from what you lack to what you have, creating a foundation for abundance thinking. Visualization is a technique used by many successful individuals to reinforce an abundance mindset. Spend time each day imagining yourself achieving your goals, living in abundance, and experiencing success. This mental rehearsal can help rewire your brain, making you more likely to recognize and seize opportunities when they arise in real life. As you begin to shift your mindset, you may encounter resistance, both from within yourself and from others. Deeply ingrained beliefs don't change overnight, and you may find yourself slipping back into scarcity thinking at times. This is normal. The key is to be patient with yourself and consistent in your practice. External skepticism can also be a challenge. Friends, family, or colleagues who are still entrenched in the scarcity mindset may question your new outlook or try to pull you back into old patterns of thinking. It's important to set boundaries and, when possible, surround yourself with people who support your growth and share your abundance mindset. Consistency is key in making this shift. It's not enough to practice abundance thinking occasionally. It needs to become a daily habit. Set reminders for yourself, integrate your new practices into your daily routine, and be patient with the process. Like any skill, developing an abundance mindset takes time and practice. As you continue on this journey, you'll likely start to notice changes in various aspects of your life. You might find yourself more open to new opportunities, more willing to take calculated risks, and more optimistic about your future. You may notice improvements in your relationships as you approach interactions with a spirit of collaboration rather than competition. Financially, an abundance mindset can open doors you never knew existed. You might start to see potential income streams you overlooked before, or find creative solutions to financial challenges that once seemed insurmountable. This doesn't mean money will magically appear in your bank account, but it does mean you'll be better equipped to recognize and seize opportunities for growth and prosperity. Remember, the shift from scarcity to abundance thinking is not just about changing your thoughts. It's about changing your entire approach to life. It's about moving from a reactive stance, where you're constantly responding to perceived limitations, to a proactive one, where you're actively creating the life you want. As we conclude this chapter, I want you to take a moment to reflect on how the scarcity myth has influenced your life up to this point. What opportunities might you have missed because you believed resources or success were too limited? How might your relationships or career have been different if you'd approached them from a mindset of abundance? Now, imagine a future where you've fully embraced an abundance mindset. Picture yourself confidently pursuing your goals, collaborating with others, and approaching challenges with creativity and optimism. This future is not just a fantasy, It's a real possibility that begins with changing your mindset. The journey from scarcity to abundance thinking is one of the most profound transformations you can make in your life. It's a journey that requires courage, persistence, and a willingness to challenge deeply held beliefs. But the rewards, in terms of personal fulfillment, financial success, and positive impact on the world around you, are immeasurable. As we move forward, remember that dismantling the scarcity myth is just one piece of the puzzle in reprogramming your mind for success. In the next chapter, we'll explore another pervasive belief that may be holding you back, one that's been drilled into us since childhood and continues to shape our approach to work and success. Are you ready to challenge another fundamental assumption about what it takes to achieve your goals? The answer might surprise you, and it's waiting for you in the pages ahead. Chapter 3. Hard Work Fallacy. From a young age, we're taught that hard work is the key to success. It's a mantra repeated by parents, teachers, and mentors. If you work hard enough, you can achieve anything. This belief is so deeply ingrained in our collective psyche that questioning it feels almost sacrilegious. But what if this widely accepted truth is actually holding us back from achieving true wealth and success? As we delve into this chapter, I invite you to keep an open mind. We're about to challenge one of the most fundamental beliefs of our society, one that has shaped the way we approach work, success, and wealth creation for generations. The journey we're embarking on may feel uncomfortable at times, as it requires us to question long-held assumptions and possibly even redefine our understanding of what it means to be successful. To understand the fallacy of hard work, we need to first examine its origins. The concept of hard work as a virtue has deep historical roots, particularly in Western societies. It gained significant traction during the Industrial Revolution, a period of rapid technological and societal change that reshaped the way people lived and worked. During this era, factory owners needed a large, dedicated workforce to operate their machinery and produce goods at an unprecedented scale. The idea of hard work as a moral imperative served their interests perfectly. It encouraged workers to toil long hours in often harsh conditions, believing that their efforts would eventually lead to prosperity and social mobility. This narrative was further reinforced by cultural and religious beliefs that glorified toil and viewed idleness as a sin. Stories of self-made men who rose from poverty through sheer determination and hard work became popular, further cementing the belief that effort alone was the key to success. Fast forward to today, and we can still see the echoes of this industrial age thinking in our approach to work and success. We celebrate those who work long hours, wear busyness as a badge of honor, and often equate time spent working with productivity and value. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Hard work alone is not enough to guarantee success or wealth. In fact, an overemphasis on hard work can lead to diminishing returns, burnout, and a host of physical and mental health issues. It can keep us trapped in a cycle of endless toil, always chasing the next goal but never quite reaching the level of success or financial freedom we desire. This is not to say that hard work is unnecessary or unimportant. Effort and dedication certainly play a role in achieving our goals. However, the problem arises when we view hard work as the primary or only path to success, overlooking other crucial factors that contribute to wealth creation and personal fulfillment. So, if hard work alone isn't the answer, what is? The key lies in understanding the concept of leverage. In the context of wealth creation, leverage refers to the ability to multiply the effect of our efforts. It's about working smarter, not just harder. There are several types of leverage we can employ. 1. Financial leverage, using other people's money to increase our own wealth-building capacity. 2. Time leverage, maximizing the value we create in a given amount of time. 3. Technological leverage, using tools and systems to automate or streamline tasks. 4. Network leverage, utilizing connections and relationships to create opportunities. The wealthy and successful understand that it's not about how many hours you put in, but about the value you create and the systems you build to multiply that value. They focus on activities that offer the highest return on investment for their time and effort. Consider the difference between an employee and a business owner. An employee trades time for money in a linear fashion. Work an hour, get paid for an hour. A business owner, on the other hand, creates systems that generate income even when they're not actively working. They leverage the efforts of others, technology, and capital to create value at a scale that far exceeds what they could produce through their individual efforts alone. This is not to say that everyone should quit their job and start a business. Rather, it's about adopting a mindset that looks for opportunities to create leverage in whatever role or situation you find yourself in. It's about shifting from being merely a hard worker to becoming a strategic value creator. The concept of leverage challenges another deeply held belief in our society, the idea of meritocracy. We're often told that if we work hard enough, we'll be rewarded fairly for our efforts. But the reality is far more complex. Look around, and you'll see countless examples of people who work incredibly hard yet struggle to make ends meet. Essential workers often put in long hours in physically demanding jobs, yet many remain underpaid and undervalued. On the other hand, you'll find individuals who seem to achieve great wealth with seemingly little effort. This disparity exists because our system doesn't reward effort alone. It rewards value creation and, more importantly, the ownership of value-creating assets. A janitor might work incredibly hard keeping a building clean, but the owner of the building profits from the value of the property itself. Moreover, there are systemic barriers that can prevent hard work from translating into success. Factors like socioeconomic background, education, race, and gender can significantly impact one's ability to advance, regardless of how hard they work. Networking and connections often play a crucial role in career advancement, sometimes outweighing pure merit or effort. Recognizing these realities isn't about discouraging effort or promoting cynicism. Rather, it's about understanding the rules of the game so we can play it more effectively. It's about shifting our focus from merely working hard to working strategically. So how do we make this shift? It starts with auditing how we currently spend our time and energy. For a week, try tracking your activities in detail. Note not just what you do, but how much value each activity creates relative to the time and effort it requires. As you review your time audit, you'll likely notice that a small percentage of your activities generate the majority of your results. This is an example of the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, which states that roughly 80% of effects come from 20% of causes. Identifying these high-value activities is crucial. These are the tasks where you should focus your efforts and look for ways to expand or leverage them. Conversely, you'll probably notice many low-value activities that consume a lot of time but produce little meaningful output. These are candidates for elimination, delegation, or automation. The next step is to focus on value creation. In today's economy, value is often created through knowledge, skills, and innovation rather than physical labor. Investing in your skills, particularly in areas where you can develop rare and valuable expertise, can significantly increase your earning potential. Problem solving is another key area of value creation. The ability to identify problems and create effective solutions is highly prized in any field. Train yourself to spot inefficiencies or unmet needs in your industry or community. Each problem is a potential opportunity for value creation. Implementing leverage in your life doesn't have to mean making drastic changes overnight. Start small. Look for tasks you can delegate or outsource, freeing up your time for higher value activities. Explore tools and technologies that can automate repetitive tasks. Build relationships and networks that can open up new opportunities. As you begin to shift your focus from hard work to strategic work, you may encounter resistance, both internal and external. Years of conditioning have taught us to equate busyness with productivity and long hours with dedication. Letting go of these beliefs can feel uncomfortable or even guilt-inducing at first. Moreover, you may face skepticism or criticism from others who are still firmly entrenched in the hard work mindset. They may view your efforts to work smarter rather than harder as lazy or uncommitted. It's important to stay focused on your long-term goals and the evidence of your results rather than others' opinions. Another potential pitfall is the temptation to over-optimize. As you become aware of the potential for leverage and efficiency, you might feel pressured to maximize every moment of your day. While optimization is good, taking it to an extreme can lead to stress and burnout, defeating the purpose of working smarter. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate all effort or to find shortcuts to success. Strategic work still requires dedication, focus, and yes, hard work. The difference is that this effort is applied more effectively in areas that generate the greatest returns. As you implement these strategies, you'll likely start to see changes in your productivity and output. At first, these might be small. Perhaps you find yourself completing your work more efficiently or having more time for high-value tasks. This is a good start. With continued application, you may begin to see more significant results. You might find yourself taking on more impactful projects at work or seeing increased returns from your side hustles or investments. You're beginning to reap the benefits of strategic effort and leverage. The ultimate goal is to reach a point where you've established systems and assets that generate wealth and value even when you're not actively working. This could be through a business you've built, a portfolio of investments, or intellectual property you've created. At this stage, you've truly broken free from the linear relationship between time worked and money earned. As we conclude this chapter, I encourage you to reflect on your own relationship with work and success. How has the belief in hard work as the primary path to success shaped your choices and actions? What opportunities for leverage and strategic thinking might you have overlooked? Remember, challenging the hard work fallacy doesn't mean rejecting the value of effort or dedication. It's about directing that effort more strategically, focusing on value creation and leverage rather than sheer hours worked. It's about working smarter, not just harder. As you move forward, keep an open mind and be willing to experiment with new approaches to work and wealth creation. The path to true financial freedom may look different than what you've been taught, but it's a path worth exploring. In our next chapter, we'll delve into another pervasive myth that keeps many people trapped in a cycle of financial struggle. It's a topic that touches nearly every aspect of modern life, influencing our decisions in ways we often don't realize. Are you ready to uncover the hidden chains that might be holding you back from financial freedom? Turn the page and let's continue our journey of financial awakening. Chapter 4: Debt Trap. In our modern society, debt has become as common as the air we breathe. It's everywhere, touching nearly every aspect of our lives. From the moment we step into adulthood, we're bombarded with offers, opportunities, and sometimes necessities that all seem to point in one direction: borrowing money. But have you ever stopped to question why debt has become such an integral part of our lives? Why is it that we've come to accept and even embrace the idea of owing money as a normal, even necessary part of life? This chapter will take you on a journey to uncover the hidden mechanisms behind what I call the debt trap. It's a system so pervasive and so cleverly designed that most of us don't even realize we're caught in it. But make no mistake, this trap is real, and it's one of the most significant obstacles standing between you and true financial freedom. To understand the debt trap, we need to first look at how we got here. The normalization of debt didn't happen overnight. It's been a gradual process, one that's been unfolding for decades. The rise of consumer debt can be traced back to the mid-20th century with the introduction of credit cards and easy credit. Before this time, debt was generally viewed with caution and even suspicion. People saved up for major purchases and lived within their means. But as credit became more readily available, societal attitudes began to shift. Suddenly, it was possible to have things now and pay for them later. This instant gratification was seductive, and it didn't take long for debt to become not just accepted, but expected. The financial industry, seeing the potential for profit, began to aggressively promote credit. Credit cards were marketed as a convenience, a way to smooth out cash flow and enjoy life's luxuries. But beneath this veneer of convenience lay a carefully crafted system designed to keep people in debt. As debt became more commonplace, it also began to take on new meanings in our society. It became a status symbol. The ability to finance a large home, a luxury car, or an expensive education became a sign of success. Good debt entered our vocabulary, suggesting that some forms of borrowing were not just acceptable, but smart financial moves. This shift in attitude was particularly pronounced when it came to education. As college costs skyrocketed, student loans were presented as an investment in one's future. The message was clear. If you want to succeed, you need an education, and if you need an education, you'll probably need to go into debt to get it. But here's the thing about debt. It's not just a financial arrangement. It's a form of control. When you're in debt, you're beholden to the lender. Your choices become limited. Your future income is already spoken for. This is where the trap aspect of debt becomes clear. Consider the different types of debt and their implications. There's productive debt, which is used to finance something that has the potential to increase your wealth or income over time. This might include a mortgage on a home that appreciates in value, or a loan to start a business. Then there's consumptive debt, which is used to finance things that don't appreciate or generate income. This includes credit card debt for everyday purchases or loans for depreciating assets like cars. While productive debt can sometimes be a strategic financial tool, consumptive debt is almost always harmful to your long-term financial health. Yet, our society often fails to make this distinction clear, encouraging all forms of borrowing equally. The interest rates attached to these debts play a crucial role in the trap. High-interest debts, like many credit cards, can keep you paying for years without making a dent in the principal. Low-interest debts might seem more manageable, but they can lull you into a false sense of security, encouraging you to take on more debt than you can handle. One of the most insidious mechanisms keeping people trapped in debt is the minimum payment scheme. Credit card companies often set very low minimum payments, sometimes as little as 1% of the balance plus interest. This makes the debt seem more manageable in the short term, but it dramatically extends the repayment period and the total amount paid. Let's say you have a $5,000 credit card balance with an 18% interest rate. If you only make the minimum payment, let's say 2% of the balance, it would take you over 30 years to pay off the debt, and you'd end up paying more than $12,000 in interest alone. This is how a relatively small debt can turn into a lifelong burden. Predatory lending practices further exacerbate the problem. Some lenders use complex terms, hidden fees, and penalties to trap borrowers in cycles of debt. These practices often target vulnerable populations, including low-income individuals, minorities, and the elderly. So, how do we escape this trap? The first step is awareness. Understanding that you're in a trap is the first step to getting out of it. The next step is to assess your current situation. This means taking a hard, honest look at all your debts. Create a comprehensive list of all your debts, including the creditor, the balance, the interest rate, and the minimum payment for each. This exercise alone can be eye-opening, as many people underestimate the total amount they owe. Once you have this list, you can start to prioritize which debts to tackle first. There are two main strategies for debt repayment: the snowball method and the avalanche method. The snowball method involves paying off your smallest debts first, regardless of interest rate. This can provide quick wins and motivation. The avalanche method involves paying off the highest interest debts first, which saves more money in the long run. Whichever method you choose, the key is to pay more than the minimum on at least one debt while maintaining minimum payments on the others. As each debt is paid off, you roll that payment into the next debt, creating a snowball effect. But paying off existing debt is only half the battle. To truly escape the debt trap, you need to change the habits and mindsets that led to the debt in the first place. This means building healthy financial habits like budgeting and expense tracking. Create a realistic monthly budget that accounts for all your income and expenses. Be sure to allocate funds not just for debt repayment, but also for savings. In fact, one of the best ways to avoid future debt is to save before you spend. This means treating savings as a non-negotiable expense, something you pay just like you would a bill. Establishing an emergency fund is crucial in avoiding future debt. Many people fall into debt because they have no financial cushion to handle unexpected expenses. Aim to save at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an easily accessible account. Mindful spending practices can also help you avoid unnecessary debt. Before making a purchase, especially a large one, ask yourself if it's something you truly need or just something you want. Consider waiting 24 to 48 hours before making non-essential purchases to avoid impulse buying. Now, let's talk about some practical exercises you can do to start breaking free from the debt trap. First, use the debt inventory worksheet mentioned earlier to list all your debts. This will give you a clear picture of your starting point. Next, create a budget. Start by tracking all your expenses for a month to get a realistic idea of where your money is going. Then, create a budget that prioritizes debt repayment and savings while cutting unnecessary expenses. Finally, try a spending freeze challenge. Choose a period of time, a week, 2 weeks, or even a month, during which you commit to spending money only on absolute necessities. Use the money you save during this period to make an extra payment on your highest priority debt. As you embark on this journey to escape the debt trap, it's important to understand that progress may be slow at first. A good outcome in the early stages might simply be a reduction in unnecessary expenses and beginning to pay down high-interest debts. This is a significant step, even if it doesn't feel like much at first. An excellent outcome would be a significant decrease in your total debt and an improvement in your credit score and overall financial stability. This might take months or even years, depending on your starting point, but it's absolutely achievable with consistent effort. The best outcome, of course, is the complete elimination of harmful debt and the ability to invest and grow your wealth unimpeded. This is financial freedom, and it's within your reach if you stay committed to the process. Of course, the path out of the debt trap isn't always smooth. Unexpected expenses can derail even the best laid plans. This is why building an emergency fund is so crucial. If an emergency does throw off your debt repayment plan, don't get discouraged. Adjust your budget as needed and get back on track as soon as you can. Loss of motivation can also be a challenge, especially if progress seems slow. Combat this by setting smaller, achievable milestones and celebrating each victory, no matter how small. Remember, every dollar of debt paid off is a step towards freedom. Perhaps the biggest pitfall is falling back into the habit of accumulating new debt while trying to pay off existing debt. This can feel like trying to bail out a boat with a hole in it. The solution is to commit to avoiding new debt. Use cash or a debit card for purchases, and if you must use a credit card, pay the balance in full each month. As we conclude this chapter, I want you to remember that debt is not an inevitable part of life. It's a trap, carefully designed and maintained by a system that profits from keeping you financially dependent. But now that you understand how this trap works, you have the power to escape it. Your journey to financial freedom has only just begun. In the next chapter, we'll explore another insidious force that keeps many people trapped in a cycle of financial struggle. It's something we encounter every day, something that shapes our desires and influences our decisions in ways we often don't even realize. Are you ready to pull back the curtain and see what's really driving your spending habits? Turn the page, and let's continue our journey of financial awakening. Chapter 5: Consumer Addiction. Have you ever found yourself buying something you didn't really need? Perhaps it was the latest smartphone, despite your current one working perfectly fine, or a new piece of clothing that caught your eye, even though your closet is already full. If so, you're not alone. In fact, you're part of a vast majority caught in a web so intricate and pervasive that most of us don't even realize it exists. This web, woven by advertisers, marketers, and media moguls, has created a culture where consumption is not just encouraged, it's expected. It's a world where your worth is often measured by what you own, where happiness is supposedly just one purchase away, and where the line between want and need has become increasingly blurred. Welcome to the world of consumer addiction. But what exactly is consumer addiction? It's more than just the occasional splurge or the joy of treating yourself to something nice. It's a psychological and emotional dependence on the act of buying and owning things. It's a state where your sense of self-worth, happiness, and even identity become intertwined with your possessions and purchasing power. The roots of this addiction run deep, tapping into fundamental aspects of human psychology. We are, by nature, emotional beings. Our decisions, including our purchasing decisions, are often driven more by feeling than by logic. Marketers and advertisers know this all too well, and they've become experts at manipulating these emotions to drive sales. Consider the last time you made an impulse purchase. What was going through your mind? Was it a rational evaluation of the product's utility and value? Or was it a more emotional response? Excitement at the prospect of owning something new, fear of missing out on a great deal, or perhaps a desire to fit in with a certain group or lifestyle? This emotional aspect of consumer behavior is closely tied to the concept of instant gratification. In our fast-paced digital world, we've become accustomed to getting what we want when we want it. The act of buying provides a quick hit of dopamine, a feel-good neurotransmitter that reinforces the behavior. It's this neurochemical response that can make shopping addictive in the same way that drugs or gambling can be. But the psychology of consumerism goes beyond just emotions and instant gratification. Marketers employ a range of sophisticated techniques to influence our buying decisions. One common tactic is the use of scarcity. How often have you seen messages like limited time offer or only a few left in stock? These create a sense of urgency, playing on our fear of missing out. Another powerful tool is social proof. We're social creatures, and we often look to others to guide our behavior. When we see that a product is popular or endorsed by people we admire, we're more likely to want it ourselves. This is why influencer marketing has become such a powerful force in recent years. Perhaps most insidiously, marketers have become adept at creating perceived needs and desires. They don't just sell products, they sell lifestyles, identities, and solutions to problems we didn't even know we had. Through clever advertising, they can make us feel incomplete or inadequate without their product, creating a need where none existed before. This manipulation doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's part of a broader societal context that promotes and reinforces consumerism. In many cultures, especially in the West, materialism has become deeply ingrained as a measure of success and status. We're taught from a young age that having more stuff equates to being more successful, more attractive, and more worthy of respect. This cultural value placed on ownership and material possessions is reinforced at every turn. From the ads we see on TV and online to the social media influencers showcasing their latest purchases, we're constantly bombarded with messages that equate buying with happiness and success. The media plays a crucial role in this. We live in a world of advertising saturation, where the average person is exposed to thousands of ads every day. These ads aren't just selling products, they're selling a way of life, a vision of who we could be if only we bought this one more thing. Social media has amplified this effect exponentially. Platforms like Instagram and Facebook have become showcases for conspicuous consumption, where users display their purchases and lifestyles for all to see. This constant exposure to curated images of other people's possessions can fuel feelings of inadequacy and drive the desire to keep up through more purchasing. The financial impact of this consumer addiction is profound. Many people find themselves living paycheck to paycheck, unable to save or invest for their future because they're caught in a cycle of constant spending. The erosion of savings isn't just a personal problem, it's a societal one, contributing to widespread financial insecurity and dependence on credit. Moreover, overconsumption leads to the accumulation of physical clutter, which can have negative effects on mental health. The stress of managing too many possessions, the guilt of unused items, and the overwhelm of a cluttered space can all take a toll on our well-being. There's also an environmental cost to consider, as our culture of disposable consumerism contributes to waste and resource depletion. So how do we break free from this consumer conditioning? The first step is awareness. Simply recognizing the forces at play and how they influence our behavior is a powerful start. Once we're aware of the manipulation, we can begin to resist it. One practical strategy is to implement no-spend challenges. These involve committing to a period of time, a week, a month, or even longer, where you only purchase absolute necessities. This practice can help break the habit of impulse buying and force you to reflect on your true needs versus your wants. During a no-spend challenge, you might be surprised to discover how many of your purchases are driven by emotion or habit rather than genuine need. You might also find that you already own many things you thought you needed to buy. This realization can be the start of a shift towards more mindful, intentional consumption. Another powerful tool is practicing value-based spending. This involves aligning your purchases with your personal goals and values. Before making a purchase, ask yourself, does this align with my long-term goals? Does it reflect my values? Will it truly enhance my life in a meaningful way? Part of value-based spending is evaluating the true cost of ownership. This goes beyond just the purchase price to consider factors like maintenance costs, storage, and the time and energy required to manage the item. When you factor in these hidden costs, you might find that many purchases aren't worth it in the long run. Reducing your exposure to advertising can also help break the cycle of consumer addiction. This might involve using ad blockers online, unsubscribing from promotional emails, or limiting your time on social media. The less you're exposed to messages telling you to buy, the easier it becomes to make conscious, intentional purchasing decisions. To put these ideas into practice, try the following exercises. Embark on a 30-day no-spend challenge. For 1 month, commit to purchasing only absolute necessities. Keep track of the money you save and reflect on how it feels to step off the consumer treadmill for a while. Before making any non-essential purchase, create a needs versus wants list. Write down why you think you need the item and be honest with yourself about whether it's truly a need or just a want. Then, wait 48 hours before making the purchase. Often, the urge to buy will pass during this waiting period. Conduct a social media detox. Unfollow accounts that promote excessive consumption or make you feel inadequate. Replace them with content that aligns with your financial goals and promotes well-being rather than materialism. As you implement these strategies, you may start to see changes in your behavior and mindset. A good initial outcome might be a reduction in impulse purchases and increased awareness of your spending habits. You might find yourself pausing before buying, considering whether a purchase aligns with your values and goals. An excellent outcome would be accumulating significant savings as you redirect money from unnecessary purchases to your financial goals. You might notice a shift towards more mindful consumption, where your purchases are intentional and aligned with your values. The best outcome is a long-term change in your relationship with consumption. This might manifest as a lifestyle where your resources are primarily directed towards investments and experiences that truly enrich your life, rather than accumulating possessions. You might find a sense of freedom in owning less and wanting less, with your self-worth no longer tied to what you own. Of course, breaking free from consumer addiction isn't always smooth sailing. You might find yourself relapsing into old spending habits, especially after the initial enthusiasm of a no-spend challenge wears off. The key is to establish accountability, perhaps by sharing your goals with a friend or joining a community of like-minded individuals, and to keep your long-term goals in focus. Social pressure can also be a significant challenge. In a culture that equates spending with socializing and status, choosing to consume less can sometimes feel isolating. It's important to communicate your goals to friends and family, and to seek out communities that share your values. Remember, True friends will support your journey towards financial freedom, even if they don't fully understand it. Emotional spending, using shopping as a way to cope with stress, sadness, or other difficult emotions, can be a particularly tough habit to break. If you find yourself turning to purchases for emotional comfort, it's crucial to develop healthier coping mechanisms. This might involve finding new hobbies, practicing mindfulness, or seeking professional help if needed. As we conclude this chapter, take a moment to reflect on your own relationship with consumption. How much of your spending is driven by genuine need or value, and how much is influenced by marketing, social pressure, or emotional factors? What might your life look like if you redirected the energy and resources you currently spend on consumption towards your true goals and values? Remember, breaking free from consumer addiction isn't about depriving yourself. It's about reclaiming your power to choose, aligning your spending with your values, and freeing up resources to build the life you truly want. It's a journey towards true wealth, not just in terms of money, but in terms of freedom, purpose, and fulfillment. As we move forward, we'll explore another crucial aspect of building wealth and achieving financial freedom. It's a concept that challenges conventional wisdom about how we earn and grow our money. Are you ready to discover a powerful strategy that could multiply your income and accelerate your journey to financial independence? Turn the page and let's unlock the next secret to reprogramming your financial future. Chapter 6: Income Diversification. When you think about your income, what comes to mind? For most people, it's their job, that steady paycheck that arrives like clockwork every week or month. It's what we've been taught to rely on, to build our lives around. But what if I told you that this reliance on a single income source is not just limiting, but potentially dangerous? Imagine for a moment that your income is like a bridge supporting your financial life. Now, picture that bridge resting on a single pillar. It might seem stable on a calm day, but what happens when the winds of economic change start to blow? When that pillar shakes, your entire financial structure is at risk of collapse. This is the reality for many people who depend on a single source of income. They're unknowingly exposing themselves to significant risk and limiting their potential for growth and prosperity. But there's another way, a strategy that not only provides greater security, but also opens up exciting possibilities for wealth creation. This strategy is income diversification, and it's about building multiple pillars to support your financial bridge. Each pillar represents a different income stream, creating a structure that's far more stable and resilient. But the benefits of income diversification go far beyond just stability. It's a powerful tool that can accelerate your journey to wealth and open doors to opportunities you might never have imagined. So why is this so important? Let's start by examining the risks of relying on a single income source. Many people believe that having a steady job provides security, but this is often an illusion. The reality of at-will employment means that for many workers, their job could disappear with little to no warning. Economic downturns, industry disruptions, or company restructuring can all lead to unexpected job loss. Even if your job feels secure, there are other limitations to consider. Many careers have salary caps or experience wage stagnation. You might work hard year after year, only to see minimal increases in your income. Moreover, when your income comes from a single source, you have little control over increases. You're at the mercy of your employer's decisions about raises and promotions. These limitations can create a ceiling on your earning potential and, by extension, your ability to build wealth. You might find yourself stuck in a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck with little room for savings or investments. This is where the power of income diversification comes into play. By creating multiple income streams, you're not just protecting yourself against the risk of job loss, you're opening up new avenues for financial growth and stability. Think of each new income stream as a seed you're planting. Some might grow slowly, others might sprout quickly, but together they create a garden of financial opportunity. One of the most significant benefits of income diversification is the buffer it provides against financial shocks. If one income source dries up, you have others to fall back on. This can provide peace of mind and reduce the stress that often comes with financial uncertainty. But the benefits go beyond just security. Multiple income streams can dramatically accelerate your wealth-building efforts. Instead of relying on a single source of income for savings and investments, you can leverage multiple streams. This creates a compounding effect where each additional dollar earned can be put towards generating even more income. Moreover, diversifying your income often means exploring new interests and developing new skills. This not only makes your financial journey more exciting, but also increases your value in the job market. You're no longer just an employee with a specific set of skills. You become a versatile entrepreneur with a diverse skill set. So, how do you go about creating these additional income streams? The possibilities are vast, but let's explore some common avenues. Side hustles and freelancing are popular ways to start diversifying income. This involves monetizing skills you already have or developing new ones. In today's gig economy, there are countless platforms that connect skilled individuals with those who need their services. Whether it's writing, graphic design, coding, or consulting, there's likely a market for your skills. Passive income is another powerful avenue for diversification. This includes investments in stocks, bonds, or real estate that can generate income with minimal ongoing effort. It might also involve creating digital products like ebooks or online courses that can continue to generate income long after the initial work is done. One particularly exciting aspect of income diversification is the potential for asymmetric opportunities. These are ventures where a small amount of effort or investment can potentially yield disproportionately large rewards. This might involve getting in early on emerging trends or technologies, or finding unique niches where your skills are highly valued. Of course, implementing an income diversification strategy comes with its own challenges. Time management becomes crucial when you're juggling multiple ventures alongside your primary job. It's important to prioritize effectively and find ways to balance your various activities to avoid burnout. Setting up systems and automation can be a game changer in managing multiple income streams. This might involve using technology tools to streamline processes, automate repetitive tasks, or manage your finances across different ventures. Continuous learning and skill development are also key to successful income diversification. The business landscape is constantly evolving, and staying informed about market trends and emerging opportunities is crucial. Investing in your education and personal growth not only opens up new income opportunities, but also increases your value across all your ventures. Now, let's talk about some practical steps you can take to start diversifying your income. Begin with a skills inventory. Make a list of all your skills and interests, even those that might not seem immediately marketable. You might be surprised at the potential income opportunities hiding in your skill set. Once you've identified potential avenues, choose one to focus on initially. Trying to launch multiple new ventures simultaneously can be overwhelming and counterproductive. Instead, create a first-step plan for one new income stream. Set clear, actionable steps with specific timelines to keep yourself accountable. Networking is another crucial aspect of income diversification. Reach out to individuals in fields you're interested in. Seek mentorship or collaboration opportunities. Often, new income opportunities arise not from what you know, but who you know. As you embark on this journey of income diversification, it's important to set realistic expectations. A good initial outcome might be the establishment of a small additional income source. Even if it's just a fraction of your primary income, it's a start. This alone can boost your financial confidence and motivate you to explore further opportunities. An excellent outcome would be the development of multiple income streams that generate significant revenue. This not only provides greater financial stability, but also increases your capacity for savings and investments. You might find yourself with more freedom to make choices about your primary career, knowing you have other income to fall back on. The best possible outcome is achieving financial independence. This is when your diverse income streams generate enough revenue to cover your living expenses and fund your desired lifestyle, freeing you from the need to work for income. At this point, you have the ultimate freedom to pursue your passions without financial constraints. Of course, the path to successful income diversification isn't always smooth. One common pitfall is overextension. In the excitement of exploring new opportunities, it's easy to take on too much, leading to burnout. The solution is to focus on one venture at a time, only expanding when you've established a stable system for managing your current activities. Another challenge is when new ventures don't immediately yield the expected returns. It's important to remember that most income streams take time to develop. If one approach isn't working, be prepared to reassess your strategy and pivot if necessary. The key is to remain flexible and persistent. Time mismanagement is another potential issue. When juggling multiple income streams, it's easy to neglect your primary job or personal life. Implementing effective time management techniques and setting clear boundaries between different activities is crucial. As we wrap up this chapter, I want you to take a moment to imagine your financial life supported not by a single pillar, but by a diverse array of income streams. Picture the stability, the opportunities, and the freedom this could bring. Income diversification is more than just a financial strategy. It's a mindset shift that can transform your entire approach to wealth and success. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Your first additional income stream might seem small, but it's the beginning of a powerful transformation in your financial life. It's about planting seeds today that will grow into a forest of opportunity tomorrow. As we move forward, we'll explore another crucial aspect of building wealth, one that's often overlooked, but has the power to dramatically accelerate your journey to financial freedom. It's a resource we all have in equal measure, yet most of us drastically undervalue it. Are you ready to discover how to unlock its true potential? Turn the page, and let's uncover the hidden key to maximizing your wealth-building efforts. Time revaluation. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "If only I had more time"? It's a common lament in our fast-paced world, where it seems like there's never enough hours in the day to accomplish everything we want to do. But what if I told you that you've been looking at time all wrong? What if the key to unlocking your potential for wealth and success isn't about having more time, but about fundamentally changing how you view and use the time you already have? We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's the great equalizer. Whether you're a CEO of a Fortune 500 company or just starting out in your career, time is the one resource we all possess in equal measure. Yet some people seem to accomplish so much more with their time than others. What's their secret? The answer lies in how they value their time. It's not about working harder or longer hours. It's about understanding the true worth of your time and using it in ways that maximize its value. This concept is what we call time revaluation, and it has the power to transform not just your financial life, but your entire approach to living. But before we dive deeper into this transformative concept, let's consider why it's so crucial. In our society, we're conditioned from an early age to think about time in a certain way. We're taught that time is money, that the more hours we work, the more successful we'll be. This leads many of us into a trap of trading our time for money in a linear fashion, often for far less than it's truly worth. This mindset creates a ceiling on our earning potential and our personal growth. No matter how efficient you become, there are only so many hours in a day. If your primary strategy for increasing your wealth is to work more hours, you'll eventually hit a wall. Not only that, but this approach often leads to burnout, stress, and a diminished quality of life. But what if there was a different way? What if, instead of simply trading your time for money, you could invest your time in ways that create exponential returns? This is the essence of time revaluation, recognizing that your time is your most valuable asset and using it accordingly. To truly understand the value of your time, we need to start thinking about it as a non-renewable resource. Unlike money, which can be earned, saved, and invested, time is finite. Once it's spent, it's gone forever. This reality underscores the importance of opportunity cost. Every minute you spend on one activity is a minute you can't spend on another. This perspective shift can be profound. When you start viewing time through this lens, you begin to see that the true cost of any activity isn't just the money you spend on it, but the time you invest in it. That bargain that took hours of shopping and comparison might not seem like such a good deal when you factor in the value of the time you spent finding it. Society often reinforces misconceptions about time that can hold us back. The phrase, "time is money," is often misinterpreted to mean that all time should be spent earning money. This leads to a culture of overwork, where long hours are worn as a badge of honor. But working longer doesn't necessarily mean working smarter or more effectively. To break free from these societal misconceptions, we need to start by analyzing how we currently use our time. This involves more than just looking at how many hours we work. We need to calculate our true hourly rate, taking into account all related expenses and taxes. This often reveals that we're valuing our time far less than we should be. For example, if you earn $50,000 a year and work 40 hours a week, you might think your time is worth about $24 per hour. But when you factor in commuting time, work-related expenses, taxes, and the unpaid overtime many of us put in, that hourly rate can drop significantly. Understanding this real value is crucial for making informed decisions about how to spend your time. Once you have a clear picture of your time's value, the next step is to identify time wasters. These are the low-value activities that consume our days without contributing meaningfully to our goals or well-being. They might be obvious, like mindless scrolling on social media, or more subtle, like inefficient work processes or unnecessary meetings. Addressing procrastination and distractions is also crucial. These habits not only waste time directly, but can also diminish the quality of our work and increase stress. By recognizing and eliminating these time wasters, you can free up hours each week to invest in more valuable pursuits. Now that we've identified the problem, how do we maximize the return on investment (ROI) for our time? The key is to prioritize high-value activities. These are tasks that contribute significantly to your long-term goals and well-being. Often, these high-value activities align with the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, which suggests that 80% of our results come from 20% of our efforts. Identifying these high-impact activities requires honest self-reflection. What tasks or projects, if focused on, would dramatically move the needle in your personal or professional life? These might be activities that develop your skills, expand your network, or create assets that generate passive income. Once you've identified these high-value activities, the challenge becomes carving out time for them in your busy schedule. This is where techniques like time blocking can be incredibly effective. Time blocking involves dedicating specific chunks of time to particular tasks or types of work. This not only ensures that important tasks get the attention they deserve, but also helps in maintaining focus and reducing the mental fatigue that comes from constant task switching. An essential part of effective time management is learning to set boundaries and say no. In a world full of demands on our time, saying yes to everything means saying no to our priorities. Learning to decline low-value commitments gracefully is a crucial skill in protecting your time for what truly matters. Now, let's talk about how to invest your time for maximum wealth-building potential. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through skill acquisition. In today's rapidly changing economy, your ability to learn and adapt is more valuable than ever. Investing time in learning high-demand skills can dramatically increase your earning potential and open up new opportunities. This doesn't necessarily mean going back to school full-time. With the wealth of online resources available, you can often acquire valuable skills through self-directed learning, online courses, or part-time programs. The key is to be strategic about which skills you develop, focusing on those that align with your interests and have high market value. Networking and relationship building is another crucial area for time investment. Your network can be one of your most valuable assets, opening doors to opportunities, providing support and advice, and even directly leading to business or career advancements. Dedicating time to expanding and nurturing your professional relationships can yield significant long-term benefits. Perhaps one of the most powerful ways to invest your time is in creating assets. This could mean building a business, developing a product, or creating intellectual property. Unlike trading time for money in a job, these activities have the potential to generate income long after the initial time investment. A book written once can sell for years. A business system, once established, can run with minimal ongoing time investment. To put these concepts into practice, try the following exercises. Keep a detailed time log for a week. Record all your activities, including work tasks, leisure time, and even time spent on your phone or watching TV. At the end of the week, analyze this log, categorize your activities, and see where your time is really going. This can be an eye-opening exercise, often revealing time sinks we weren't aware of. Next, conduct a time value assessment. Calculate your true hourly rate as discussed earlier. Then, evaluate your regular tasks and activities against this rate. Are there tasks you're doing that could be outsourced for less than your hourly rate? Are there high-value activities you're neglecting because you're too busy with low-value tasks? Finally, create a priority list. Identify the top 3 activities that would have the biggest positive impact on your life and career if you dedicated more time to them. Then, use time blocking to allocate dedicated time for these activities in your schedule. As you implement these strategies, you may start to see changes in your productivity and overall satisfaction with how you're spending your time. A good initial outcome might be simply becoming more aware of your time usage and reducing obvious time wasters. You might find yourself spending less time on social media or saying no to commitments that don't align with your priorities. An excellent outcome would be a noticeable increase in productivity and efficiency. You might find yourself accomplishing more in less time, with energy left over for personal pursuits. You may also see more of your time being invested in wealth-building activities, whether that's developing new skills, networking, or working on side projects. The best possible outcome is achieving optimal time management that leads to significant personal and financial growth. This might manifest as rapid career advancement, successful side businesses, or simply a more balanced and fulfilling lifestyle. You might find yourself with the time and energy to pursue passions you've long neglected, all while seeing your financial situation improve. Of course, changing ingrained habits around time usage isn't always easy. You might find yourself struggling to prioritize, unsure which tasks truly deserve your time and attention. In such cases, seeking guidance from mentors or using decision-making frameworks can help clarify your priorities. Procrastination can also be a stubborn obstacle. Even when we know what we should be doing, we might find ourselves putting it off. Breaking tasks into smaller, more manageable steps and using accountability partners can be effective strategies for overcoming procrastination. Overcommitment is another common pitfall. As you become more productive, you might find more demands being placed on your time. Learning to say no assertively and gracefully is crucial for maintaining control of your schedule and ensuring your time is invested in line with your priorities. As we conclude this chapter, I want you to take a moment to imagine what your life could look like if you truly valued your time for what it's worth. Picture yourself free from time-wasting activities, focused on high-impact tasks that drive your success and fulfillment. Envision a life where your time investment yields exponential returns, both financially and personally. Remember, time revaluation isn't about squeezing productivity out of every second of your day. It's about being intentional with your time, treating it as the precious, non-renewable resource it is. It's about aligning your use of time with your values and long-term goals. As you move forward, keep in mind that mastering your relationship with time is a journey, not a destination. It requires ongoing reflection, adjustment, and sometimes tough choices. But the rewards, in terms of wealth, personal growth, and life satisfaction, are immeasurable. Now, as we prepare to dive into our next chapter, I want you to consider this. What if the biggest obstacle to your success isn't external at all? What if the most formidable barrier you face is one that exists entirely in your own mind? In our next exploration, we'll confront a force so powerful it can keep you trapped in mediocrity, even when opportunity abounds. Are you ready to face your own limitations and break through to new levels of success? Turn the page and let's embark on the most challenging and potentially rewarding part of our journey yet. Chapter 8, Fearless Exit. Have you ever felt a nagging sensation that there's more to life than what you're currently experiencing? A whisper in the back of your mind suggesting that the path you're on, while comfortable and familiar, might not be leading you to true fulfillment or financial freedom? If so, you're not alone. Many of us feel this way, yet we continue to follow the well-trodden path laid out by society, afraid to venture into the unknown. But what if that fear, that hesitation to step off the beaten path, is the very thing holding you back from achieving your true potential? What if the security you feel in following societal norms is actually a carefully constructed illusion, designed to keep you dependent on a system that may not have your best interests at heart? This chapter is about challenging those norms, about daring to imagine a life lived on your own terms. It's about making a fearless exit from the constraints that have been holding you back, both financially and personally. But before we dive into how to make this exit, let's explore why it's so crucial. The importance of overcoming the fear of leaving the system cannot be overstated. This fear acts as an invisible barrier, keeping you trapped within the confines of what society deems acceptable or safe. It limits your potential, stifles your creativity, and keeps you dependent on structures that may be exploiting your time and talents for their own benefit. By learning to overcome this fear, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You become capable of taking calculated risks that can lead to significant personal and financial rewards. You gain the ability to create a life that aligns with your values and aspirations, rather than one that simply meets societal expectations. But why is this fear so pervasive? To understand this, we need to delve into the psychological comfort zones that keep us tethered to the familiar. Human beings are by nature creatures of habit. We find comfort in routine and predictability, even if that routine isn't serving our best interests. The allure of familiarity often outweighs the potential for fulfillment that lies beyond our comfort zone. This preference for the familiar is deeply rooted in our psychology. The unknown represents potential danger to our primitive brains, triggering fear responses that can be difficult to overcome. It's far easier to stick with what we know, even if it's unfulfilling, than to venture into uncharted territory. Adding to this psychological barrier are the social pressures and expectations that surround us. From a young age, we're conditioned to follow a certain path. Get good grades, go to college, find a stable job, work hard for decades, then retire. Deviating from this path often invites judgment and criticism from others who are still firmly entrenched in the system. The fear of this judgment can be paralyzing. We worry about what our friends and family will think if we quit our stable job to start a business or pursue an unconventional career path. We fear being seen as irresponsible or foolish for taking risks that others don't understand. But what's the cost of staying within this system? The price of conformity is often higher than we realize. By adhering strictly to societal norms and expectations, we may be forgoing countless opportunities for growth, learning, and financial gain. How many potential earnings have been left on the table because of fear? How many experiences have been missed? How many personal and professional goals left unfulfilled? The emotional and mental toll of staying within a system that doesn't align with your values can be severe. Stress, dissatisfaction, and burnout are common among those who feel trapped in careers or lifestyles that don't resonate with their true selves. There's also a profound loss of autonomy that comes with adhering strictly to societal norms, a sense that you're living someone else's life rather than your own. So how do we overcome this fear and build the confidence needed to make a fearless exit? It starts with a fundamental shift in mindset. Embracing a growth mindset, where challenges are seen as opportunities for learning and development rather than insurmountable obstacles, is crucial. This mindset allows you to reframe failure not as a devastating setback, but as a valuable learning experience on the path to success. Developing a realistic risk management plan is another key step in building the confidence to exit the system. This involves carefully assessing the potential risks and rewards of your proposed actions. What's the worst that could happen if you take this leap? How likely is that worst-case scenario, and how could you mitigate its impact? Often, when we examine our fears closely, we find that the potential rewards far outweigh the realistic risks. Creating contingency plans and safety nets can also help alleviate fear. This might involve building up an emergency fund, developing multiple income streams, or ensuring you have marketable skills to fall back on if needed. The goal is not to eliminate risk entirely, that's neither possible nor desirable, but to manage it in a way that makes taking calculated risks feel more comfortable. Now, let's talk about some practical steps you can take to start your journey towards a fearless exit. One of the most important is establishing what I call a freedom fund. This is a savings account dedicated to funding your exit from the system. Aim to save 3 to 6 months of living expenses as a starting point. This fund serves two purposes. It provides a financial safety net, reducing the fear associated with leaving a stable job, and it acts as a concrete reminder of your goals, motivating you to continue on your path. To build this fund quickly, you might need to employ some aggressive saving strategies. This could involve cutting unnecessary expenses, finding ways to increase your income, or both. Remember, every dollar saved is a dollar towards your freedom. While you're building your freedom fund, you can start testing the waters of independence. This might involve starting a side business while still employed, or conducting small pilot projects to validate your ideas. These steps allow you to gain experience and confidence in your ability to generate income outside of traditional employment, without immediately giving up the security of your current situation. As you gain confidence and resources, it's time to craft a more detailed exit strategy. This should include clear goals and timelines. What exactly does your ideal life look like? When do you want to achieve full independence? Breaking these big goals down into smaller, achievable milestones can make the process feel less overwhelming. Don't forget to address legal and financial considerations in your exit strategy. This might involve researching the regulations around your chosen path, setting up proper business structures, or consulting with financial advisors to ensure you're making sound decisions. To help you put these ideas into practice, try the following exercises. Create a fear analysis worksheet. On this sheet, list out all your specific fears related to leaving the system. Be as detailed as possible. Then, for each fear, challenge it. Is it based on reality or assumption? What evidence do you have for and against this fear? Finally, reframe each fear into a positive statement or opportunity. Develop an action plan. Based on your goals and the steps we've discussed, outline the specific actions you need to take to move towards your fearless exit. Set clear, achievable milestones with deadlines. This plan will serve as your roadmap, keeping you focused and motivated. Engage in confidence-building activities. Regularly push yourself to do things outside your comfort zone, even if they're small. This could be as simple as striking up conversations with strangers or as challenging as public speaking. After each activity, reflect on what you've learned and how you've grown. As you implement these strategies, you'll likely start to see changes in your mindset and behavior. A good initial outcome might be a reduction in anxiety about taking risks. You might find yourself more willing to consider opportunities you would have dismissed before. You may also start taking small steps towards independence, like researching business ideas or starting to build your freedom fund. An excellent outcome would be a noticeable increase in confidence and proactive risk-taking. You might find yourself actively seeking out new opportunities and challenges rather than avoiding them. This could lead to the successful launch of a side venture, providing you with valuable experience and an additional income stream. The best possible outcome is achieving full financial independence and transitioning completely out of the traditional system. This doesn't necessarily mean never working for others again, but rather having the freedom to choose how you spend your time and energy based on your own values and goals, not societal expectations or financial necessity. Of course, the path to a fearless exit isn't always smooth. You may encounter periods where fear threatens to overwhelm your progress. In these moments, it's crucial to seek support. This might come from like-minded individuals, mentors, or professional coaches. Sometimes, simply talking through your fears with someone who understands can help you regain perspective and motivation. Lack of support from family or peers can also be a significant challenge. Not everyone will understand or approve of your desire to break free from societal norms. It's important to communicate your vision clearly to those close to you, helping them understand why this is important to you. At the same time, seek out communities of like-minded individuals who can provide the support and understanding you need. Financial setbacks can also throw a wrench in your plans. Unexpected expenses or loss of income can be discouraging and might tempt you to abandon your exit strategy. In these situations, it's important to stay flexible. Reevaluate your budget, adjust your timelines if necessary, but don't give up on your ultimate goal. Remember, setbacks are a normal part of any significant life change. As we conclude this chapter, I want you to take a moment to imagine what your life could look like once you've made your fearless exit. Picture yourself free from the constraints of societal expectations, pursuing work that truly fulfills you, and living a life aligned with your values. Imagine the sense of autonomy and purpose you'll feel, knowing that you're charting your own course in life. Remember, making a fearless exit doesn't mean recklessly abandoning all stability. It's about thoughtfully and strategically creating a life that offers true security. The security of knowing you're capable of creating your own opportunities, of adapting to change, and of living life on your own terms. The journey to this kind of freedom isn't always easy, but it's infinitely rewarding. It requires courage, persistence, and a willingness to challenge deeply held beliefs about what's possible. But with each step you take outside your comfort zone, with each fear you face and overcome, you'll be building the strength and confidence needed to create the life you truly desire. As we prepare to move into our final chapter, I want you to consider this. What if the journey we've been on throughout this book is just the beginning? What if the strategies and mindset shifts we've explored are merely the foundation for something even greater? In our next and final exploration, we'll delve into a concept so powerful, so transformative, that it has the potential to completely revolutionize not just your financial life, but your entire perception of what's possible. Are you ready to unlock the ultimate secret to limitless growth and success? Turn the page, and let's conclude our journey with the most empowering revelation yet. Chapter 9, Infinite Potential. Congratulations on making it to this final chapter. You've come a long way, challenging deeply ingrained beliefs, questioning societal norms, and embarking on a journey of personal and financial transformation. But as we stand at the threshold of this last exploration, I want you to consider a profound question. What if everything you've learned so far is just the beginning? Welcome to the concept of infinite potential, a paradigm-shifting idea that has the power to revolutionize not just your financial life, but your entire existence. This isn't about small tweaks or minor improvements. It's about fundamentally redefining what you believe is possible for yourself and your life. The journey we've been on throughout this book has been preparing you for this moment. We've dismantled limiting beliefs, exposed societal traps, and equipped you with strategies to take control of your financial destiny. But all of this has been leading to a greater truth. You are capable of far more than you've been conditioned to believe. Let's start by reflecting on how the knowledge you've gained can empower you. Through our explorations, you've developed an enhanced self-awareness. You now understand your true capabilities in a way you likely never have before. You've learned to recognize and leverage your strengths, seeing them not just as personal traits, but as powerful tools for creating the life you desire. This newfound self-awareness extends to your financial life as well. You're no longer a passive participant in your financial journey, but an active creator of your financial reality. You have strategies to build and sustain wealth, and you're capable of making informed decisions without the weight of societal pressure influencing your choices. Perhaps most importantly, you've gained a sense of personal autonomy. You understand that you have the power to live life on your own terms, to pursue your passions and interests freely. This isn't just about financial freedom, although that's certainly part of it. It's about the freedom to be authentically yourself, to chart your own course in life. But the impact of this transformation extends beyond just you. As you embrace your infinite potential, you become a positive influence on those around you. Your journey can inspire others to question their own limitations and pursue their dreams. By sharing your knowledge and experiences, you have the power to empower your peers, creating a ripple effect of positive change. This transformation also allows you to form more authentic connections with others. When you're living in alignment with your true self and values, you attract relationships based on mutual growth and understanding. Your improved self-awareness translates into better communication and deeper, more meaningful interactions with others. Now, let's talk about what you're capable of achieving with this new mindset. The limitations that once held you back, whether they were financial constraints, lack of confidence, or fear of the unknown, no longer have power over you. You're equipped to tackle challenges with a newfound confidence and to seize opportunities that once seemed out of reach. You're also capable of setting and achieving higher goals than ever before. These aren't just lofty dreams, but ambitious, concrete milestones in both your personal and professional life. And because you understand the power of continuous learning and self-improvement, you're not just working towards static goals, but constantly evolving and growing. As you continue to practice the concepts we've explored, you'll find that your results improve with less effort over time. This is because success-oriented behaviors become habituated. Positive thinking patterns and efficient decision-making processes become automatic, reducing the mental energy required to make good choices. Moreover, the benefits of your actions begin to compound. Small, consistent steps lead to significant results over time. As you gain momentum, the effort required to move forward diminishes, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of growth and achievement. But here's where we take things to the next level. The concept of infinite potential goes beyond just personal success or financial freedom. It's about tapping into the limitless capacity for growth and achievement that exists within each of us. This idea is rooted in theories of self-actualization, the idea that we all have an innate drive to reach our full potential. But it goes a step further. It suggests that our potential isn't a fixed point we're trying to reach, but an ever-expanding horizon. As we grow and achieve, our capacity for further growth and achievement expands. To truly embrace this concept, we need to break free from self-imposed limits. These are the beliefs about ourselves and what's possible that we've internalized over years of societal conditioning. Challenging and redefining these core beliefs is an ongoing process, but it's one that opens up a world of possibilities. With this mindset, goal setting takes on a new dimension. You're no longer constrained by what seems realistic based on your current circumstances. Instead, you can set truly ambitious, meaningful goals that align with your deepest values and aspirations. Sustaining this reprogrammed mindset requires consistent effort and discipline. Habit formation and maintenance are crucial. You might find it helpful to use techniques like habit stacking, where you link new desired behaviors to existing habits, making them easier to implement and maintain. Equally important is a commitment to ongoing learning and adaptation. The world is constantly changing, and to truly tap into your infinite potential, you need to stay informed and adaptable. Embrace change and innovation, seeing them not as threats, but as opportunities for growth and advancement. As you continue on this journey, it's crucial to align your actions with your purpose. This means clearly defining your personal values and mission. What truly matters to you? What impact do you want to have on the world? Ensuring that your actions align with these core intentions will provide a sense of fulfillment and direction that goes beyond mere financial success. Consider how you can contribute beyond yourself. How can your growth and success positively impact your community and society at large? This isn't just about altruism, although that's certainly valuable. It's about creating a legacy and a long-term vision that gives deeper meaning to your journey. As we look to the future, remember that this journey doesn't end with the closing of this book. It's an ongoing process of growth, learning, and achievement. Set both short-term and long-term objectives for yourself, but be prepared to regularly review and adjust these plans as you evolve and as circumstances change. Now, here's the ultimate payoff, the realization that can transform your life in ways you might never have imagined possible. Your potential is not just great, it's infinite. The only true limits are those you choose to accept. By embracing this truth, by consistently applying the principles we've explored, and by maintaining an unwavering belief in your capacity for growth and achievement, you can create a life beyond your wildest dreams. This isn't about becoming a different person. It's about becoming more fully yourself. The version of you that exists beyond fear, beyond societal conditioning, beyond self-doubt. It's about stepping into your power and using it to create not just financial abundance, but a life rich in meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. You have within you the power to reshape your reality, to impact the world in profound ways, and to achieve things you once thought impossible. This power has always been there, waiting to be unleashed. Now, armed with the knowledge and strategies we've explored, you're ready to tap into it fully. As you close this book, know that this isn't an ending, but a beginning. You're stepping into a new chapter of your life, one where you're the author, fully in control of your story. The journey ahead will have its challenges, but it will also be filled with excitement, growth, and incredible achievements. Remember, every great achievement in human history started as a thought, a belief in what's possible. Your journey to greatness starts now, with your belief in your own infinite potential. Embrace it, nurture it, and watch as it transforms not just your life, but the world around you. The future is yours to create, and your potential is truly limitless. As you embark on this journey of personal and financial transformation, remember that true wealth goes beyond mere accumulation. It's about creating a life of meaning, purpose, and lasting security. But what if the very actions you take to showcase your newfound success could inadvertently hinder your progress? There's a hidden aspect of wealth building that we haven't yet explored, one that might seem counterintuitive at first glance. It's a strategy so powerful, yet so often overlooked, that it could be the key to unlocking even greater levels of prosperity and peace in your life. To discover this game-changing approach and take your financial journey to the next level, dive into the audiobook Look Poor, The Quiet Path to Prosperity. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.